Recent story, kind of shocking, quite frankly, that individuals in this country that are getting subsidized housing, Section 8 housing, they are going to put a limit on how long you can get Section 8 housing. They said that it's not going to include senior citizens, elderly, people who are hurt, sick, whatever it may be. We'll see how this works out. I'm not buying what they're selling. Republicans don't have the stomach to do this. Trump doesn't have the stomach to do this. This is it's too easy for the mainstream media to set up cameras in front of people's homes, and women and children are going to be hurt most, and kids are going to get put out of homes. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. I don't know what you do. This is reality. Again, I can't stand it, but we've created, and I've written about this extensively over the years. We've got a nation of addicts. You know, it was interesting. There was some French, give an example. So a French aquarium that got shut down. It's got like killer whales and dolphins, and they've got, what are they going to do with these things? And I was reading, it was one of the European papers today. I guess they're going to move them over to some Greek aquarium. People say, why not Free Willy? Just let them go. You can't. You can't. They're born into captivity. They can't make it on their own. That's what we do with human beings here in this country. That's what the Great Society programs have done. I'm going to go back to a column that I wrote 10 years ago, United State of Welfare. And at the time, everybody's talking about I remember it was Obama's president and who's most consequential president. And I made the argument that maybe it was Lyndon Johnson at the time. It may come back to being, even Barack Obama to some degree with Obamacare destroying healthcare. But Lyndon Johnson and his war on poverty, 1964, State of the Union address, 200 new laws that included the start of Medicare, Medicaid, direct federal aid to public schools, bilingual education, Head Start, food stamps, vocational education through Job Corps, urban renewal programs, massive spending for the arts and humanities, and an enormous increase in immigration. Section 8 public housing, federal aid for college students, and last but not least, government media in the form of PBS and NPR. He declared January 8th, 1964, in his address, this administration here and now declares unconditional war on poverty in America. We do love our wars in this country. Whoa, boy, we do. Oh, yeah. Lots of things going on. Korea, Vietnam, war on drugs, war on terror, war on climate change, and war on poverty. That battle at that time, 50 years. Again, I don't know what the tab is now. I could have done an Ask Grok, but I didn't even bother. At that time, it was $22 trillion. $22 trillion was the price tag on this war on poverty. That number was greater than 3 times the inflation-adjusted cost of all of America's wars since our founding. Wow. Again, we have about, 80 means-tested welfare programs, provide cash, food, housing, medical care, various different things here in this country. What do we get? That was $22 trillion in 2015. Who knows what it is today? Let's say 30. Okay. What do we get for our $30 trillion? Poverty rate, same as it was back in 1964, essentially the same exact rate. Well, actually, 1967, because that's when the whole thing really kicked off. Again, what's happened to our inner cities since that point in time? What's happened to the family unit over that period of time? Kids growing up in single-parent households. And again, people talk about this in terms of race. It has nothing to do with race at all. Nothing. And a great example of this, Bill McGurn wrote a piece in the Wall Street Journal back then, and it was interesting. The war on poverty. You know what? The propaganda was centered. How this thing kicked off. Yeah, it was President Johnson on a porch in a shack in eastern Kentucky's Martin County, Appalachia. Rural Martin County, 92% white. Compare it to Baltimore, 2/3 black. Martin County lost jobs in mining. Baltimore lost jobs in manufacturing. Martin County, again at the time, voted overwhelmingly for Mitt Romney. Baltimore for Obama. Both different, yet the same. The war on poverty spent $2.1 billion at the time in Martin County. It's got a population of 12,537. That's on welfare alone, government programs. Interesting. Lexington Herald, Martin County. There was a piece by John Cheeves at the time. The problem facing Appalachia today isn't third world poverty. It's dependence on government assistance. When Congress imposed work requirements and lifetime caps for welfare during the Clinton administration, claims of disability jumped. Wow, look at that. And Cheeves quotes a grade school principal who says this of Martin County's children. Instead of talking about a future of work or a profession, they're talking about getting a government check. Again, it's a drug. It's a drug, and people, quite frankly, they get addicted to that drug. And that's where we're at today. I want to share with you something, how the scam works. And this might anger you a little bit. It's frustrating. And again, there's a part of me that it angers me too. But we push these drugs on these people. For a guy and his girlfriend, 2 kids, girlfriend, not married, 2 kids, do this. First, don't marry her. Guy, use your mom's address to get your mail. Buy a house, rent out the house to your girlfriend with the 2 kids. Section 8 will pay $900 a month for a 3-bedroom house. Girlfriend signs up for Obamacare. Guy doesn't have to pay for insurance. Girlfriend gets to go to college because single mother. Girlfriend gets $600 a month in food stamps, gets a free cell phone, gets free utilities. Guy can still move into the home but keep using your mom's address. Girlfriend claims 1 kid. Guy claims the other kid on their tax forms. Now both get to claim head of household at $1,800 of credit. I can go on and on and on. You don't think that this scam is being played? It is. What do you do? Again, I'll bring up my idea. Again, I'll never see the light of day. You're going to have to get pretty tough when it comes to people and Section 8 housing, government benefits. And again, I don't even know how you would do this. You'd have to say, hey, listen, you're here trying to get on your feet, but guess what? You can't have kids, or you can't have any more kids if you want to continue to get this check. That's one way. I mean, I don't know. Again, the other thing I thought of ages ago is that you're going to have to identify kids that are in these types of households, and you're going to have to educate. We're going to have to take them. I call it, we're going to have to create a massive network of Hogwarts type schools. No, not teaching magic, but places where kids can go, almost like boarding schools, that these kids can be taught the value of hard work and a myriad of different other things outside away from their parents, who are going to be bad influences. Mr. Miyagi said it best. No such thing, bad student, bad teacher. Bad kids, you got bad parents. What a difference between good school districts and bad school districts here in this country. Not the money. It's not the facilities. It's parents. I don't know what to tell you, people. This is the vicious cycle, and not going to change. It's not. In fact, I found this number fascinating as well. I don't know what this means. Okay. I don't know if people are aware something's going on or people just saying I'm checking out at this point in time. The Bureau of Labor Statistics revealed that there is 1.1 million more Americans became disabled. 1.1 million became disabled over the past 3 months. Month of July, 234,000. How? Well, what is it? Long COVID? What's going on right now? Well, you get disability checks, and that's another scam in of itself. I don't have any answers here, people. Do I think that they're going to put a 2-year limit on Section 8 housing? There'll be too much. They don't want to deal with that. They're not going to want to deal with that. And again, George Soros will fire up his various different, because that's what they do. That these are all paid protesters that go do a myriad of things. The various different networks will, basically put together sob stories of children that are going to be without a home, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And the cycle repeats itself. I've given this before, and it's the people. You're mean when you're saying this. I don't mean to be mean, but it's truthful. I mean, there's a reason why you go to a national park. They tell you not to feed the animals. You're not supposed to do that. And that's, again, what we do. You get everything. You get a phone. You get free internet. You get free food. You get free housing. And you grow up in that, and that's all you know? I don't know. I wish I had an answer, people. Again, you pray for these people. You see these things online. You see these people. Actually, they post videos proud of how they're gaming the system. Proud. And, you get angry at first, but then you say to myself, man, this person is really messed up. Really messed up. Anyway, again, Section 8 housing, 2-year limit. I wish it was the case, but it's not going to happen. Watchdog on Wall Street.com.